Welcome to T-Boys TV. We're back again with Premier League predictions. We're back again with Season 2, Episode 3. Bear with me today. I am on dog duties. So yeah, if the dog starts playing up, obviously I'll sort that situation out. But yeah, it's been very stressful. Obviously, if you follow me on my socials, you would know that I haven't even had time to schedule these streams. Not schedule them, sorry, promote them. So, yeah, bear with me. I'm on dog duties, like I said, at the same time. The Hatters show I might be at the start, then maybe not at the end, but I'm not sure yet. But yeah, we'll see. But yeah, let's go through some comments. Big up Stephen says, big up Ty, hope you're well. Yeah, I'm all right, thanks. What about yourself? But yeah, I was going to put something pinned, just saying, like, bear with me because I've got the dog. But I'll just leave it. But obviously, you know how the drill is now. We review the games and preview the games. So let's get into it. So the first game is that we're going to talk about is it was actually Gerrard versus Lampard, of course, as a manager, wasn't it? And Gerrard come out on top for me personally, like he did most times as a player. You know, when people talk about this Scholes, Gerrard debate and all of that, my response to it is, okay, then why did all the managers want Gerrard and Liverpool didn't want Scholes or Lampard? So there you go. But yeah, that's what you do find out about that. But yeah, so it finished 2-1. 2-1 to Villa. I said 2-0. And it could have been. Villa scored, made it 2-0 with 5 minutes left. And then literally Everton got a goal on the counter-attack, essentially. Not the counter-attack, sorry, the kickoff. So yeah, let's talk about it. Danny Ings obviously scored the first goal of the game. What a strike that was. Brilliant strike by him. You know, very good player. I think he's going to become more of a versatile player as the season goes on for Aston Villa. And yeah, just quickly, if you can tell that it's a different setup, I am in my front room. Like I said, I am doing dog duty, so yeah, I've got to be in the front room. But yeah, obviously that happened. And then obviously going into the second half, obviously Buendia got a goal, which pretty much, you know, as much as Everton had the chances towards the end, that for me showed that they were going to win that game. You know, 5 minutes left. Buendia, the goal I was on about. Big up yourself, British chap. I can see you in the comments. So yeah, obviously that happened. And then Digne with an own goal against his former club, actually, funny enough. Very unlucky, though. Very unlucky own goal to concede. And Everton did have chances where they could have got a point out of this game. But Villa come out on top. So, yeah, that's what happened there. That's all I'm really going to say about that one. But Gerrard coming out on top against Lampard, and it's not the first time that's happened, is it? Pause. But yeah, moving on to the next game. A game I said would be a draw. I think I said 1-1 though. But yeah, that was between Southampton and Leeds. I knew it'd be a draw. I just had the feeling Southampton at home. Leeds, yeah, they look very good against Wolves. But I knew it'd be one of them games where it'd be like that. And, you know, it was. You know, obviously, it was more goals than I expected. Obviously, Rodrigo with a double. No goals in the first half, surprisingly. All 4 goals were in the second half of this game. Rodrigo, now I said it on the last episode. I said with, what's his face? Rafinha going. I think Rodrigo is going to step up and really be that guy. Because the problem with Patrick Bamford is he's very injury prone. So yeah, you know, with him being back, I thought to myself, yeah, with Rafinha gone, I thought to myself, yeah, he's going to do well this year. And obviously he got a double in this game. Could have got a hat-trick right at the end. It was quite unlucky, to be honest. But yeah, obviously a Rebo, new signing for Southampton. Good signing. I do rate a Rebo. I do think he's a good player. Obviously very good at Rangers last year. Obviously got the goal. Took him a while to actually shoot, but, you know, he got the shot in the end and got a goal from it. And then Walker-Peters made it 2-2. Player I really rate, Carl Walker-Peters. Very good finish it was as well into the left side of the goal. And that made it 2-2. And, it was... The way I look at it, it probably deserved to be a draw because after the 2 goals Southampton got, they started dominating a lot more. And then Leeds had that one chance at the end, like I said, with Rodrigo. I would say it deserved to be a draw. So, yeah, that's all I really got to say about that one. Let's go through some comments. Back down the M4 again tomorrow. Luton win, AJ win, Hamilton win, Lewis Hamilton podium. Could be a classy weekend. I don't really care if AJ wins, to be quite honest with you. For me, he's up there in the good boxers now, but that's because they're not really levels like they used to be. We all know Fury's levels above, but, I'm not going to go into that. I can't be asked. Lewis Hamilton, I don't really watch F1, but obviously that would be good for the UK and Britain and all that, I suppose. And then obviously a Luton win would be very nice. But we'll see. We'll see what happens with that. Big up yourself, Spencer. He says, hey, T and everyone. Big up yourself. So, yeah, just a reminder to everyone, I am on dog's duties, hence why I'm in my front room. So, yeah. And I could be in here for the first half of the Hatter show, but I'm not sure yet. I'm not sure. But anyway, let's move on to the next game, which is... yeah, exactly. The next game, which was obviously Arsenal versus Leicester. I said 2-0, so I got, the sort of thing right where it would be a 2-goal win. Gabby Jesus, that's all I need to say, or Gabriel Jesus, however you want to say the guy's name. I said it. If Haaland goes to the Premier League, obviously I know we're still very early on. Haaland comes to the Premier League, Jesus leaves, he'll get more goals than him next season. And I think, how the weekend's gone, it sort of shows that. Man City won 4-0, which we'll get into, and he didn't even score. Whereas Jesus is going to be more of a player to rely on in that aspect. And he got 2 goals here. The first goal was wicked. What a strike that was. Brilliant. Absolutely brilliant strike that was. And what a first goal to get at the Emirates in the league, eh? Brilliant strike. And then he got another goal, header, near the back post. Pretty poor defending from Leicester, if we're being totally honest. And obviously going into the second half, obviously Arsenal 2-0 up in a very good position. Going into the second half, Saliba scores an own goal. Very unfortunate, to be honest. Vardy, I think he was getting onto it if Saliba didn't touch it. Obviously accidentally headed it into his own net, and it was an unlucky own goal. It weren't one of them embarrassing ones, in my opinion. So, yeah, obviously that happened. And then shortly after, Xhaka got a goal. I don't know what Fofana and Ward were doing. And this is going to be Leicester's problem because obviously Schmeichel's gone. Who I don't really rate highly, but for Leicester, he was a very good goalkeeper. Poor by them 2 at the back. Like, the communication there was awful. And then, it bounced in front of Xhaka, really, and he just done what he had to, really, in that aspect. And then Maddison got a goal, pretty much 15 minutes left. Good strike, very good finish through Ramsdale's legs. Ramsdale might be disappointed in the way it went through his legs, but it's one of them. And then Arsenal scored again. Martinelli, a very good finish. That was a player I do rate very highly. And yeah, 4-2 Arsenal, goals galore at the Emirates. Like I said, I knew it'd be a 2-0 or a 2-goal win, for Arsenal. And it was, and Jesus just on fire. It will be interesting to see how many goals he gets. It will. But yeah, that's all I'm going to say about that one. Moving on to the next game, not going to say too much. I don't really say too much on the 0-0 games. Brighton, Newcastle, I think I said 1-1 in this game. I know I definitely said a draw. And yeah, Nick Pope, really. That's all I'm going to say about this game. That is all I'm going to say about this one. Nick Pope. And that is simply it. And then the next game, Man City 4, Bournemouth 0. A lot of people expected a very heavy Man City win. Pope was excellent. Yeah, he was. Bournemouth have never actually beaten Man City, which, don't get me wrong, they haven't played, mad amount of times. I think they played, I don't know exactly, 30, 40, something like that. But yeah, you expect it to be one-sided. No disrespect to Bournemouth, but obviously with it being at the Etihad, how good Man City actually are, yeah, it was always going to be very high scoring. My prediction was sort of close. I said 3-1 City. So fairly close. And like I said, no goals from Haaland or anybody like that. Gundogan with a goal, very good goal. Haaland with the assist. De Bruyne with a goal as well, very good goal again. Just showing their class. And as Stephen says here, never likely to beat Man City. Exactly that, mate. Exactly that. Foden with a goal as well, 3-0 in the first half. And yeah, you was thinking it was going to be, done pretty much from there on in. And then obviously own goal by Lerma. But yeah, just very one-sided, which was expected. Like I said, no disrespect to Bournemouth. It's Man City at the end of the day. So yeah, I'm not going to say too much on that. Another game that was 0-0. I actually backed Wolves to win. I just thought them being at home, they have a good chance. But yeah, it wasn't really too great from them. Obviously, their keeper done really well, kept them in the game by saving that penalty from Mitrovic. But yeah, that's really it to say of this game. It wasn't really a great game. Obviously, as you can tell by the scoreline, that's really it. But Fulham will be very happy with their first 2 points of the season. Away to Wolves, and they'll be happy with that. And then obviously a draw at home to Liverpool. So they'll be happy so far, 100%. So yeah. And then the next game, Manchester United. This team are a joke, mate. They're an absolute joke. I look like an absolute fool yet again. 2 weeks in a row, I've backed them to win. I just look like a fool. I said they'd win this game 2-1, and then when they played Brighton, I said 1-0 to them. I just thought, last year when they were so poor, they managed to beat Brentford convincingly both times, 3-1 at Brentford and 3-0 at Old Trafford. So I was thinking, yeah, all right, they got a good chance here of doing the same thing again. I know Brentford obviously, had that very good point in the end of how they fought, back against Leicester. But I just thought United would win this game, due to that record they had against Brentford. But no, they got absolutely obliterated from minute one. De Gea, yeah, you have got to feel sorry for him. But then again, that is a poor goal. That is poor goalkeeping. That's Karius vibes. Do you know what I mean? It's a madness. And then Brentford were just on them and just dominating. And yeah, Man United are a joke. But I'm loving it. I'm loving it because, like I've said to you lot before, when all their fans were laughing at Liverpool, at least Liverpool are nowhere near as bad as that. So that's what I will say. Ten Hag is not the man. He has come to a declining club in crisis. Yeah, some of the decisions he made were very, very questionable, like who he was playing and that sort of thing. I definitely agree with that one. But then again, hopefully he learns for next... Well, I'll say hopefully. I don't really care. But, from their perspective, he learns next time. But they got a very tough game next, which is obviously Liverpool. I know Liverpool have been pretty poor. But, it's a team that's going to finish in the top two. I don't care what anyone says. If you're basing... I'm not going to get into it. But, yeah. That's what I'm going to say about that. United, they're just a laughing stock, mate. Do you know what I mean? And it continues. You know what I mean? Not really too much else I want to say because it's just the same repetitive stuff every week. So yeah. But I'm loving it. And next game, moving on to the Sunday games. West Ham took on Nottingham Forest at the Forest ground. I said 2-1 West Ham. I thought they would make a response after last week. Big up Hanno in, by the way. Eric, 10 games. Oh, my God, you lot are violating. I'm in my front room, mate. I'm looking after my dog. So, yeah. It's literally in my front room. But it's not usually where you lot see it. I'm on the other side sort of thing. But, yeah, anyway. Nottingham Forest, they beat West Ham. Sorry about that noise. Obviously, that's part of the Teddy. Do you know what I mean? But yeah, Nottingham Forest beat them. Former Liverpool players scoring. I'd rather she be doing this than biting, to be fair. But yeah, former Nottingham Forest player, Liverpool player, sorry, getting a goal. Big up yourself, Wolf, as well. Very lucky goal, but, he was in the right place at the right time. West Ham were very disappointing yet again. I thought players like Benrahma and that were very unlucky. But Declan Rice, I thought, that penalty was shocking. Absolutely shocking. Clear as day it was a penalty. Stretched his arm out. But what a poor penalty that was from Declan Rice. Not good enough. And fair play Nottingham Forest. They grinded out the result. But like I said, players were unlucky for West Ham, like Benrahma. They hit the woodwork God knows how many times. But, one of the easiest, unless it's an open goal, times to score in football, a penalty, in my opinion. Unless it's a final or something. But, it was terrible. I don't even know why he's on penalties. Honestly, he ain't really looked great this season. I'm not going to lie, Declan Rice. Defensively, yeah, he's been sound again, but actually winning the ball, he's been all right. But when I'm saying passing it and that, he's just not been great. And, I don't understand why he's on the penalties. After that, he's surely not going to be next. But, yeah, it just didn't make sense to me. It should have been someone like Benrahma. Give me a second. Oh, it's flipping dog. Sorry about that, man. Sounds so depressed now. Yeah, we got a dog, Wolf. Got a dog, we've had it for a week now. Obviously, if you follow me on my socials, you would know. Flipping hell. Yeah, like I said, people, bear with me today because I think I've got to do this for the Hat Show as well, which is a bit annoying. But yeah, anyway, I can't even remember what I was saying. Yeah, Benrahma should have been on the penalty. Someone like that is very unlucky in that game. Or even like Soucek. I just don't understand why Rice is on it. I thought she was chewing the wire. But yeah, not really too much else I'm going to say. Congratulations to Nottingham Forest getting a win. Historic win. Obviously, their first game at home since they've been back in the Premier League. So fair play to them. But yeah, moving on to the next game. A game with a lot of controversy. I was happy because I got the score prediction right. And I don't support the team, so I don't really care how the game went in that aspect. But yeah, 2-2. Obviously the second goal, well, let's just start from the top. I don't even know why I'm going straight to the second goal. But obviously, Chelsea took the lead. Koulibaly, very good finish. Very good finish by him. A lot of people saying, oh, he's going to be washed at Chelsea. And I'm not saying because he scored that goal. You're a defender. You're meant to do your defending job or defensive jobs. But, I felt, I feel he'll do good for Chelsea. He will do good. He's got that experience. Yeah, maybe not Premier League experience, but he will do well. He will do well at the end of the day. Good finish by him. Cucurella, 2 new signings, linking together to get the goal there for Chelsea. Obviously, it was 1-0 at half time. And then going into the second half, Højbjerg got a goal, responded for Tottenham. Very good finish. There's controversy over a foul on Havertz. That one, I don't know. Honestly, I'm being honest. I don't know about that one. Like the second one, yeah, that's ridiculous how they got away with pulling his hair like that. This dog's stressing me out, people. But there we go. Yeah, so, I'll be real. I'm not really too sure about that one. Like I said, second one, pulling of hair every day of the week. How they got away with that is a joke. But obviously that happened. Then Reece James got a goal to make it 2-1. Very good finish, by the way. good pass over by Sterling. As soon as it went over to him, I knew he was going to score. The amount of space and that he had. Obviously, Chelsea fans, Reece James, he's one of our own, and all that stuff. And Tottenham made some changes. I thought as soon as Richarlison come on, by the way, he come on way earlier than this, but I thought when he come on, he done very well. He didn't necessarily score or anything like that, but I just thought the impact he was having was very good. And then obviously Basuma come on, Perisic and all that. And then Tottenham, like I said, pulling of a hair, it's clear as day. I don't know how Tottenham got away with that. And then obviously Kane headed it in, very good header. And you would have thought I was a Tottenham fan if, I was on Hanno's stream trolling him and that sort of thing. But it's just because I said 2-2. And it was literally right at the end of the game, they made it 2-2. So it was brilliant in that aspect. And I was absolutely loving it. So, yeah, like I said, controversy, but there we go. And then obviously the Tuchel Conte stuff, which you lot are going on about. I can't stand Tuchel. I'm not going to lie. I think he's a knobhead. As simple as that. Keeping hold of his hand. When they scored that goal, celebrating like that. It's just... I just can't stand the guy. I think he's got an attitude problem. He's not on the level of Klopp, in my opinion. Nowhere near it, to be honest with you. And even Klopp at the moment, he's been doing some stupidness. But there we go. If they're to have a fight, because I know you lot are going to ask me that, Conte any day of the week, mate. Louder ones usually get banged out first. So there you go. But yeah, that's what I've got to say about this one. Mad, lot of controversy to it. For me, I'm not sure about the first one, if it was a foul, but the second one, I don't know how the hell Tottenham got away with that. So if it was based like that, then Chelsea would have won. On how I'm basing it, it'd been 2-1. That's what I've got to say about that one. One that I actually got right. And then the next game, obviously done a watch along. First Liverpool watch along of the season. And yeah, it wasn't a great game, of course. 1-1 draw to Crystal Palace. And I said, Crystal Palace, they're tough. They're the last team to beat Liverpool at Anfield with fans. I said 2-0, but I did say if Trent's not on game, which, the goal was a little bit of his fault as well as Nat Phillips, then they will score because they've got Zaha, they've got Eze, they've got Mateta, they've got Elise. The list goes on. They've got loads of good attackers. And you knew what their game plan was. 5 at the back, understandably, away at Anfield and hit Liverpool in a counter-attack. And that is exactly what they did for the first goal. Zaha, very good finish, by the way. Nat Phillips, Trent, I have to have a little go because how high up he is. And Nat Phillips, he's got to be marking better. It's as simple as that, really. And then obviously, Zaha took the finish well, like I said. And obviously, the next talking point is that Núñez red card. You can't do that. It's as simple as that, especially with how many cameras there are nowadays in football. It was clear as day. It's a red card. Anderson. And then when he got sent off, Anderson was like to the cop, yeah, I sent him off. I made him angry. And I thought Anderson got away with not getting a red card, not due to what he did there. He's just being a knob all game. The fouls he was doing and that sort of thing. I'm surprised he didn't get sent off and all, to be fair. So obviously that happened. And then obviously you was thinking, it's going to be proper difficult now. But Núñez, not Núñez, what the flipping hell am I on about? Diaz, little bit of magic. Well, I say little bit. But I think in the end, he put it round about past, I can't even speak, round about 6 players. And what a strike it was. What a strike it was. Imagine, I said Liverpool 2-0. I said Núñez and Salah to score. And during the game, they were both not so great. So there we go. And Diaz, he deserved that. He definitely deserved that. I felt last week he was very unlucky against Fulham. Fair play to him. And, it was one of them which rescued Liverpool a point. But not good enough from Liverpool in their first 2 games. You know how close it goes down to. the wire with Man City and Liverpool. It's going to be the same this year, but City could have more of a margin this year. Liverpool have already dropped 2 points, so it's one of them really. So yeah, and like I said on the title, Liverpool must win at Old Trafford because it's a derby day. Form goes out the window and that, but United have been so poor. Liverpool haven't won a game. If Liverpool want to be serious and be in this title race, you got to start winning games because I don't see Man City dropping points anytime soon. So yeah, because they never actually start off well, do they? And they have started off well this season. So they might have a dip at some point, but I don't know. We'll see. We dropped 4. Yeah, that's what I meant. Sorry, did I say 2? Yeah, I meant 4. Sorry. So yeah, Arsenal going to win the league. Dear, some of their fans are absolutely deluded. I see one of their fans say they're going to compete with Liverpool and City. Are you jog on? What are you on about? In what world do you think that? But there we go. But yeah, that's the end of reviewing the games. So yeah, we'll get rid of that. What we're going to do now is we are going to go through the table. Should we do the table? Wait. I'll tell you what I'll do. Sorry, I was just seeing if the dog's biting the flipping thing. Bear with me a second, people. Oh, now she is. No. Stop. Flipping hell. Yeah, give me a second. Yeah, right. So we'll go through the table as it stands. So let me do that. So let me just share my screen. English Bulldog Spencer. So yeah. Oh my god, why is this being slower than flipping Mertesacker? Right, it should be sharing any second now. Oh, that's fully charged. I'll take that off charge. I'll put a stop biting that flipping wire as well. Right, bear with me, people. Today, like I said. So yeah, this is a table as it stands. But yeah, so Man City atop, obviously, best goal difference. Arsenal second, Brentford third, Tottenham fourth, Newcastle fifth. I'm not going to go through the whole table. I'll just go from there to Chelsea, who are obviously seventh, Leeds sixth. And the bottom 3, Everton, West Ham, and Man United. Man United literally having the start so far like Arsenal last year. Literally. And yeah. No, I'm not at my room. I'm in the front room because I'm on dog duties today. So yeah, big up yourself as well, Awais. But yeah, that's what's going on today. But yeah, let's get into predicting the games now. So the games for the weekend. First game is tomorrow. I've done my predictions before, whatever the hell you want to call it. Like I have been. And the first game's Tottenham versus Wolves. I only see this going one way. I don't see Wolves doing great this season. Tottenham at home, I see it being a very heavy win for them. And that is a 5-0. Now, I know I said 5-0 against Southampton, but I was close. It was 4-1, wasn't it? So, if Southampton didn't score one and Tottenham scored another one, I'd have got that right. So, I'm going to go 5-0, straightforward. Yeah. Spurs versus Wolves 3-0. Hopefully, United lose their first 3 like Arsenal did. I think they will. Early prediction for that. But obviously, I'll get into my exact score when we get to it. And lineups and all of that. Yeah, exactly. Like they've got. Well, to be fair, they've got a few, but they're just not. They're not firing, are they? They're not firing. So yeah, one-sided for me. Very one-sided, especially if it being at Tottenham. So yeah, let's move on to the next game, which is Crystal Palace versus Aston Villa. A pretty tough game to predict, to be honest. Palace, they can be a very good side at home, like we know in glimpses last season. The emphatic wins they got at home. And Villa, You know, they're trying to go for Europe this year. You know, Conference League. You know, they're trying to go for it. How do I see this one going? Last year, I remember it's 2-1 to Villa. This year, I reckon it's going to be a draw. The way I can see it mainly is a 1-1 draw or someone snatches it 2-1. But I am going to go for 1-1. It's a really difficult one because they are both good teams. So it's going to be interesting. But I'm going to go for 1-1. Palace versus Villa 2-1. Like I said, yeah, I can see a 1-1 or a 2-1 either way. 2-1 Palace. Yeah, a lot of 2-1 Palaces so far. Fair enough. The next game, which, again, it's another... I was looking at these fixtures. Like I said, I do them before. And there's a lot of tough games to predict this weekend. And this is another one. Everton versus Nottingham Forest. Because when you look at it, obviously, Everton have got the experience being in the Premier League longer, that sort of thing. Forest... they'll be buzzing from that win against West Ham. But is that going to be in a positive way or a negative way? I think they'll keep their cool going away to Everton, if you get what I mean. Like, they won't look into that win too much. They'll just try and focus on this game. Everton, obviously lost last week. They could have got a draw. The amount of chances they had after they got that first goal. Forest, obviously lost to Newcastle away. That's a difficult place to go, especially for a newly promoted side. I think Everton will win this one. And I'm gonna, the home crowd there, I'm gonna back them to win this one. Not that I really want to, but I'm just being honest. I'm gonna go over 2-0. A 2-0. That might be mad, but we'll see. Everton versus Forest, 1-0. Everton, fair enough. Away says 2-0 Spurs and 2-1 Palace. Yeah, a lot of 2-1 Palaces. 1-1 says Spencer for this game. 2-1 Everton, home advantage will get Toffees over the line. That's what I'm thinking. That is what I'm thinking. I was thinking 2-1 to Everton. Fair enough. The next game, which is a very underrated derby. My cousin, obviously Brentford fan, used to tell me a lot about this. Fulham versus Brentford, obviously both in West London. It's going to be a good game. It's going to be a very good game. Last time these two sides played, I believe, was that playoff game. Was it the second? Yeah, the second leg where Brentford beat them and obviously got to the final. I think there's going to be goals galore here. It's a tough one to predict because both sides have done well so far this season. Like I said, Fulham will be happy with the 2 points they've got. Against Liverpool, one of the best teams in the world. And then obviously Wolves away, which, that's a good point, despite how poor Wolves have been. And then Brentford, obviously, fought back, got that well-fought point against Leicester, and obviously, trashed Man United last week. The favourites, from what I've seen, is Fulham. And I can understand it, them being at home. But they are very high favourites from what I see. I'm going to go over draw. Like I said, I think there's going to be a lot of goals in this game. I'm going to go over 2-2. I'm going to go over 2-2 in this game. So, yeah, that's my prediction for this one. Fulham versus... Yeah, exactly a waste. It's an underrated derby. It is actually quite, not a massive derby, but it's underrated, that's for sure. Trust me, if this was on TV, I'd be watching it. But I will be watching Luton at the same time. So yeah. 3-1 Brentford. Interesting. 3-1 to get 3-1 Brentford away. Interesting. 2-1 Fulham. Fair enough, Spencer. 3-1 Brentford beating Man United will give them a massive boost. Fair enough. I think it's going to be a lot more difficult, but we'll see. You going to the game tomorrow? Nope. I don't know the next Luton game I'm going to, but a positive note, Sheffield United on TV next Friday. If you're not going to it, I am doing a watch along. So if you want to tune into that, feel free. But the next game, Leicester Southampton. I remember when these two sides played last year. It was literally last game of the season. Leicester with a very heavy 4-1. Or was it 4-2? Can't remember. It's one of them. How do I see this one going? I'm going to back Leicester to win again. against Southampton. Like I said, they did last year at the King Power. I don't think it's going to be as emphatic, though. I think it's going to be a close game, but I'm going to back them to win. Another home advantage one. I think there'll be patches where Southampton will make it difficult, and you think they might get a goal, but they just miss out, basically. I think it'll be one of them. I'm going to go over 2-1. A 2-1 to Leicester. So that's my prediction for that. Moving on to the game, the 5:30 game in the UK tomorrow. Bournemouth versus Arsenal. We'll be watching it. Probably won't do a watch along. I'll see how I feel tomorrow, but I probably won't. Bournemouth versus Arsenal. Due to Arsenal's form, I only see this going one way. I do see Bournemouth, despite what I'm about to say for the scoreline, I do see Bournemouth doing all right. But I just think Arsenal's form will keep them in this, and they'll get a convincing win here. I'm going to go over 3-1, a 3-1 to Arsenal. I won't be surprised if Jesus gets a double. Maybe even a hat-trick. 2-0 Leicester, 2-0 Leicester, 3-1 Gooners. He reckons the same as me for Arsenal. A lot of 2-0s. 3-1. Oh, no, that's 2-1 Arsenal. Sorry, fair enough. I was thinking 2-1, but I'm going to go 3. Moving on to the next game, which is a fan-made derby. Leeds versus... I've got a bit of history, to be fair. Leeds and Chelsea. How do I see this one going? It's a difficult one to predict because Leeds have actually, for me, they've looked very good their first 2 games. Especially their first game against Wolves. I know Wolves are poor, but still they did look very good in glimpses. Rodrigo looks like he's going to do very well this season, like I mentioned earlier. Chelsea, they want to get a win, especially after that game against Tottenham with all the controversy. How do I see this one going? I see it being a very close game, but I do see Chelsea winning it. I'm going to go with a 2-1. A 2-1 to Chelsea. So, yeah, that's my prediction for this one. Moving on to the next game. The game's on Sunday. Exactly. Away, so it is always a spicy one. 2-1 Chelsea as well. Fair enough. The next game, West Ham United. Dog's going to sleep. Come on. West Ham United versus Brighton Hove Albion. I remember last year this game, I thought West Ham would win. And it was a 1-1 draw. And, Brighton are a very good side. They look very good in their first 2 games, beating Man United at Old Trafford for the first time ever. And then, obviously, they were unlucky against Newcastle, in my opinion. And to get a draw against Newcastle is not bad at all. So, yeah, this game, how do I see this one going? What the hell are the dogs saying? But how do I see this one? I see it being the exact same score as last year. West Ham got a 3-1 win yesterday in Europe, in qualifications. But I think this patchy league form might continue for them. Obviously, they haven't won a game or even got a point. But I think they'll get a point in this. But I just don't think it'll be a win for them. A 1-1 draw I've gone with for this game. Exact same score as last year. 2-1 Hammers. Think West Ham get their first win. Fair enough. 1-1 says Away. He reckons same as me. Moving on to the next game. I will be doing these final 2 games here. I will be doing watch-alongs to them definitely this weekend. They're both set up. They're just not scheduled. I've made a thumbnail and everything. But yeah, Newcastle, Man City. Now, it's at St. James's Park. They can make it tough. But I just think, like I said earlier, I think Man City will continue this really good form for a while, to be quite honest with you. I only see it going one way. Now, my score prediction might sound very one-sided, and I don't, as much as it does sound it from my score, at St. James's Park, I think Newcastle will have chances, but I just think they'll not end up taking any. And Man City will win this 3-0. Like I said, not a battering. I think Newcastle will have chances, but I just think City will take theirs, essentially one of them sort of games. 3-1 City, says Spencer. Yeah, exactly about West Ham. They're not playing well at all. 3-1 City, come on City. Fair enough. I'm going to go 3-0. And then the last game, like I said, I will be doing a watch long. Manchester United versus Liverpool. Obviously, the biggest derby in England, one of the biggest derbies in the world. Probably behind Barca, Real Madrid, probably, to be fair. If there's any others I'm missing out, like bigger than that, what you think's bigger than Liverpool thingy, then let me know. But obviously, Barca and Real Madrid, like two biggest clubs in the world. So, along with United and Liverpool. So, surely, yeah. But anyway, both teams been very poor. Obviously, Liverpool have dropped 4 points. Is it 4? Yeah, dropped 4 points. Yeah, is that what I'm trying to say? Oh, I don't know. No, dropped 2. Oh, I don't know. My head's all over the gaff. And United obviously been poor. Like I said, glimpses of Arsenal last season. A lot of people say a battering by Liverpool. Like I said, Liverpool must win. Must win. I said my reasoning earlier. And yeah, I think they will. I think they will respond. Obviously Núñez is going to be out for 3 games. But I don't think this really matters in this game with how poor United have actually been. This is a chance for... Well, I'll get into my lineup now before I carry on saying what I was going to say. But while I share my screen, I'll get into your comments. 5-0 Liverpool. Interesting. Right, where is it? There it is. Absolutely have to win this game. I think it's either 2 or 3-1 Liverpool. Keep going back and forth on that one. Yeah, it's difficult. But yeah, obviously the 4-3-3 formation, like always. Yeah, exactly a waste. Exactly that. Alisson in goal. Despite his form, he's got a team, Trent. I think Calvin Ramsey might still be injured anyway. Robertson left back, straight forward. And then the centre backs, Virgil's still got to be up there, even though he has looked shaky. Matip and Konate is still out. Well, I know Konate definitely is. I'm not sure about Matip. But either way, I'd go Gomez. And you saw it. You saw it when he come on. Nat Phillips wasn't awfully bad, but then there was times in the game where he just weren't great. You saw when Gomez come on why he should have started. It's as simple as that. So I'm going with these two, 100%. CDM, yeah, straightforward. Fabinho. Yeah, absolutely, Spencer, absolutely. Yeah, Fabinho, CDM. Midfield, I've heard Keita's not happy about his contract. Now, if he's not happy and, he wants to get out of the club, then feel free. I've got no personal problems or anything like that, of course, against him. But it's another one to take. I'm just thinking of it as a football aspect, takes more money off the wage bill, and Liverpool might actually look at it and go for a midfielder. I know we've only got 2 weeks left of that, but, so I definitely wouldn't play him in this game, even with our lack of options, due to, if that is true, which it looks like it is true, I'm going to go with Henderson on the right. And then I'm going to go... He was very good the other day, Harvey Elliott. So I'm going to go with him again. I'd say other than Diaz, he is probably the best player, in my opinion. So, yeah. There you go. That's my midfield. And then the 3 up top, obviously Salah on the right, despite he's not scored or anything like that. Diaz on the left, of course. It's got to be in. And then up top, I'm going to go... Well, you got to go Firmino, because I don't think Jota's still available. And I would go Firmino anyway. He does well against Manchester United. So that's the lineup I would go with. So Alisson 4-3-3, like always. Alisson in goal, Robertson left back, Trent right back, partnership of centre backs of Virgil van Dijk and Joe Gomez. Midfield of Elliott, Fabinho, Henderson. And then the 3 up top is the obvious, really. Diaz on the left, Salah on the right, and Firmino through the middle. So, that's from the lineup. As for my score prediction, And Spencer says there, Bobby is back in training. Yeah, I heard about that. But yeah, as for my score prediction, I do see Liverpool winning. Like I said, it's a must-win really for them. You know, I see United's poor form continuing. I see them being as poor as Arsenal last season for the first 3 games. I don't know how long it'll continue with Man United, but we'll see. I see Liverpool winning it, and I see it being a 3-1. You know, it might sound like a battering, but I just think Liverpool will have too much, and they'll just end up taking their chances when United won't. Because I do think United will have a few chances due to, you know, Liverpool's shaky start. But I'm going to go with a Liverpool win. Like I said, it's a must-win. Simple as that. So, yeah, let's run through my predictions again. So, Tottenham 5, Wolves 0. Crystal Palace 1, Aston Villa 1. 3-2 United is that, Stephen? Interesting. 2-0 Everton against Nottingham Forest. Fulham 2, Brentford 2. Leicester 2, Southampton 1. AFC Bournemouth 1, Arsenal 3. Leeds 1, Chelsea 2. West Ham United 1, Brighton 1. Newcastle United 0, Manchester City 3. And then Manchester United 1, Liverpool 3. So yeah, there you go. They are my predictions for the weekend and Monday night game in the Premier League. So yeah, people, there you go. That is season 2, episode 3. Hopefully the dog stays asleep for a while, especially on the Hatter Show, because like I said, I believe I am doing it in here, or definitely the first half anyway. So that's going to be a bit interesting, but there we go. So yeah, there you go. That is my predictions and me reviewing last week's games. Big up everyone that's tuned in. If you're watching on playback, please do smash a like. And even if you haven't already, please do smash a like. Subscribe to the channel if you are new. Like Spencer says here, you know, like he says here, mate. All the basics and that. And yeah, if you are watching on playback, you can actually send in a super thanks, which is basically a super chat, but you know, it's more of a comment section one. So feel free to put that in if you haven't already. And if you want to, of course, like I said, it goes to the channel. All the money I receive, like through super chats and any money I get on the channel now with monetization literally goes back into the channel to get better setups and stuff for streams and that sort of thing. So yeah, if you want to do that, feel free. If you want to stick in the super chat anytime I go live, feel free. So yeah. Share the channel as well. Turn on the notification bell so you never miss an upload or a scheduled stream. And yeah, if you want to follow me across any of my socials, link to them are in the description. Please subscribe to my other channel as well, T-Boys TV Extra. Link to that is also in the description. And yeah, as Stephen says here, see you at 6. Big up. Yeah, big up yourself, mate. We'll be back again at 6 to talk about Luton and that shit show that's going on at that club at the moment. But there we go. Back to the club, though, through thick and thin. You already know how it is. But yeah, take care, Spencer, yourself, mate. But yeah, until 6 p.m, I will see you lot in a bit. Big up yourselves. Stay safe. And yeah, hopefully I will see you lot then. So yeah, peace.